About 5-6 years ago, I got all my tablets out of the cupboard, went to take them, didn't want to do it anymore. And it was just, there's something in my mind, what put a picture of my wife, Mel, and Hudson, my son, where they didn't know that I was struggling. I'd hidden it. I'm Darren Young. I'm a GB sitting volleyball athlete, and this is my story. Volleyball's given me another focus in life. It's taken me to the next phase of my life. I think that phase is going to be coming to an end soon, so I'm looking to the future of what I can give back after that. So I went right the way from Newton Aycliffe, getting picked up, like I say, down the bottom from a scout, going right the way through. So that pushed me to believe that I had something sporting about me. But then I was bullied at school. I can remember being hung out of a window, a couple of lads smashing windows against my knees, and I had to go for a meeting with a doctor at Middlesbrough, and they said because my knees were that damaged that I had to be released. And I went into the RAF, done my basic training at RAF Swinderby, done my fireman's training down in Kent. I mean, more than likely was an escape, looking back on it. At RAF Rudloe Manor, we used to do a training exercise where Rudloe Manor is all underground, and there's 197 steps going down. So you had to have a breathing apparatus on, which was, I believe, about 14-15 kilos on your back. Then you would go down the 197 steps where there'd be a 14-stone dummy at the bottom. You'd pick it up, put it on your shoulders and climb all the steps up. And I can remember getting halfway up and something clicked in my back, and I just dropped it there and then. When you're in pain, chronic pain all the time, you're a grumpy so-and-so, and that affects family life. And because that affects the family life, I've got to try and do something that takes away them feeling unhappy with me because I'm dragging them down, but it also gives them, that's why he does it. That's why he goes through the pain. That's why he wants to play sitting volleyball. That's why he wants to play for Great Britain. And he's willing to put up with all the pain and the hassle and the non-sleeping and everything to wear one little badge which says that I've reached the top. And for him to see that in me means a hell of a lot. If it wasn't for my wife and son, I wouldn't be here now. And then if we take that step forward, if it wasn't for the Invictus Games, would I still be here? I more than likely would, but it's changed. With GB, it's given me another purpose. Kilimanjaro 2019 was a challenge which I took on. I've wanted to do it for a long time, and it's something that people always said, you won't be able to do it because of your disability. The easiest way for me to try and do that is to find someone who's got a worse disability than me and prove that we can both do it together. So James Rose, a double amputee from the Gulf War, we got involved with him and he decided to come along with it. Kilimanjaro for me was a little pebble when you're at the top of it and you throw it and you want to make ripples right the way down. And them ripples are the things that affect people around you. Now if you're doing it for depression, I want to show that people with depression, you can do these things. If it's people with disabilities, that the ripple effect goes even further because you can have no legs, you can have any injury internal, you can have whatever, but it proves right the way through the spectrum of all injuries that you can do it. It's separating the two sides of life that you've had, the pre-life before injury, the afterlife injury, how sport's been affected, and then everything on the other side. Because as soon as you get your head around that, you can actually do things when you're disabled. Nothing can stop you. There's nothing in this world what can stop you. Volleyball's given me another focus in life. It's a sport what's addictive, and it puts a smile on your face. And the people who's involved with it, they won't take any sides of anything. If you're disabled, you're not disabled. If you smile, you don't smile. If you've got depression, anything like that, you go in and you're a volleyball player while you're on court. And that's how they treat you.